YouTube friends, what's going on? David Lee back with a brand new video. Today we're talking about ways to diffuse light. Now you might be asking yourself, why should I ever need to diffuse light? Why can't I just put up 1, 2, 3 lights, have them full blast, and then good to go, right? 3-point lighting. Well, there's a difference between just putting up a light to, say have better exposure and actually shaping light in a way that looks less of like a home video and more of something that is cinematic, something that looks more professional, right? And regardless if you're filming a music video or a corporate video, or maybe it's a short 60-second spot for a nonprofit, I feel like in this day and age with the cameras we have, with the level of affordability when it comes to audio, to lighting, to accessories, right, the lenses, the cameras themselves, the barrier to entry is a lot more open than it was even like 5-6 years ago. So I feel that as a storyteller, as a filmmaker, as a content creator, you guys have so many tools available to make your image look the best it can be. So why not make your image, your final product, your project, your film, visually make it as stunning as you can. And one way to do that is by diffusing light. So that way when light is hitting your talent, it's a more softer, it's a much more pleasing quality of light. And it's also the way that the light can wrap around someone's face. It's being able to know if your camera doesn't have that great of dynamic range and the highlights. Being able to diffuse light can help you save time by not having to put on like an ND filter, not having to adjust your exposure too much, or if you want to shoot wide open on your lens, that's like an f1.4. Sometimes you might have to go down to like a 2.8 or a 3.5, otherwise it'll be overexposed. So to help combat some of those things, that's where you can begin to use light diffusion. That can be through a simple 501 reflector like I'm going to show you. That can be using an actual sheet of diffusion that is not too expensive. When it comes to diffusion sheets though, there's a lot of different types of like sheets of diffusion. You have like a half soft frost, you have a bleached muslin, you have different textures, and you have different fabric that you can use to diffuse light with. I prefer sheets of diffusion such as like an 8x4 or a 6x12, 8x10, anything that is larger in size, I guess, right? Anything that's larger, because that way you can diffuse light that's coming in through say a door window, or maybe it's just a window from a wall. The reason why is because when you can cover the entire area that the light's coming in, you're diffusing all of that light source, right? So say in the instance of right now where we're using the 501 reflector, it's circular, right? So what's ever going through the actual circle area is being diffused. Anything else is not being diffused, which means you're going to get harsher shadows. It'll be a harder source of light, which you may not want for the image you're going for. But a much more pleasing looking image is when the light is being diffused, whether you're actually purposely doing it with equipment, or if you're allowing clouds to diffuse the sun, right? Because the sun is just just a one big HMI. And then when you have clouds covering it, you're actually just like diffusing the light coming down, right? And that's why a lot of people prefer to not necessarily shoot in overcast, but if they see that it's a huge bright sunny day, and if there's pockets of clouds coming in, well, one, that's tricky because then the clouds are moving. But if the clouds are big enough and if they're staying still enough in one area, that's actually a great way to be able to film. So that way you're ensuring that the light isn't too hard when it's hitting your talent. Right now, let's kick it into some examples of, again, using the two different types of diffusion, using no diffusion in two different scenes without me talking. That way you guys can look at the actual examples and see the comparisons for yourself. And maybe you might notice something a little bit different with the quality or the softening of the light between the full sheet and the 501 reflector, and then obviously having no diffusion at all. And there you guys go, short and sweet, hopefully short and sweet, a video for you guys to be able to see why you should be diffusing light and not just setting up 3 lights and blasting them at full capacity. It's going to be able to take your videos, your films, your projects to the next level from, like, I don't want to say amateur, but someone that is just kind of getting started and you have the aspirations to maybe be on a feature film set or a TV commercial set, or be a director of photography, a cinematographer, someone that's creating beautiful images and beautiful stories behind them. If you guys liked the video, leave a thumbs up. I would really appreciate it. Leave a comment down below. As always, let me know your thoughts. Let me know Let me know anything that is still troubling you when it comes to lighting or shaping light. Subscribe to my YouTube channel as always, just so you're notified of new content coming out in the future. Hit me up on Instagram at David Lee. Send me a DM. Let's talk about anything related to all this beautiful stuff that we do. And remember, friends, every day you have an opportunity to create your experience and to write and tell your own story. My name is David Lee, and I will catch you guys in the next video.